The Japanese money habit that builds wealth quietly. Most people don't lose money because they're careless. They lose it because they spend under stress. Bills hit. Anxiety rises. One emotional purchase turns into 5. And suddenly another paycheck disappears with nothing to show for it. Here's the scary part. Most people think the problem is income. It's not. It's the habit loop controlling their decisions without them realizing it. That's why this Japanese money habit is so powerful. It doesn't rely on extreme budgeting, hustle culture, or financial guilt. It trains you to slow down, spend intentionally, and stop emotional spending before it steals your future. And once this habit clicks, money stops feeling chaotic. Your mind gets clearer. And saving starts happening almost automatically. Stay with me, because the first step is something almost nobody in America does, and it quietly changes everything about how you use money. Most people don't lose money because they're broke. They lose money because their spending runs on autopilot. The Japanese Kakebo method flips that completely by forcing someone to physically write down every expense before buying anything. That tiny pause changes the brain fast. In financial psychology, awareness is often more powerful than budgeting apps packed with charts nobody checks after week 2. A guy making $4,000 a month can still feel stressed every Friday because he has no clue where the money disappears. Then suddenly he starts writing down every coffee, every late-night DoorDash order, every random Amazon purchase, and boom, patterns start exposing themselves. It's kinda like that moment in Breaking Bad when small choices slowly reveal a much bigger system underneath. Except here, the system is personal finance habits quietly draining freedom. The crazy part is how writing slows impulsive behavior naturally. Studies around behavioral finance show that manual tracking increases conscious spending because the brain feels the pain of payment more intensely. Someone who writes $68 on takeout suddenly starts questioning if temporary convenience is worth delaying savings, investing, or future peace of mind. That's why old-school finance tips sometimes outperform fancy automation tools. Simplicity creates honesty. And once someone becomes honest with spending, another dangerous thing starts happening. They realize most purchases aren't even logical, they're emotional. Stress, boredom, loneliness, dopamine, status. That's where the next shift changes everything, because controlling money isn't only about numbers anymore. It's about learning how to interrupt impulses before they quietly control an entire future. Most people think overspending happens because someone lacks discipline. Not really. It usually happens because modern life is designed to kill patience. One-click checkout, same-day delivery, flash sales screaming last chance, every 5 minutes. It's basically a psychological ambush. That's why the 24-hour pause rule works so well in personal finance. It creates distance between emotion and decision, and that tiny gap can save thousands every year. A person sees a $120 pair of sneakers online after a stressful day at work and instantly feels that little dopamine rush. In the moment, it feels deserved. But after waiting 24 hours, the emotional charge fades hard. Suddenly the brain starts asking smarter questions like, do I actually need this, or would investing this money make future me happier? It's similar to scenes in The Pursuit of Happiness where delayed gratification becomes survival, not punishment. That's the core of strong money habits most people never build. What surprises people is how fast this changes financial psychology. Someone making average income can suddenly free up $300 to $600 monthly just by reducing impulse purchases. That's real money. Invested consistently into something simple like the S&P 500 through low-cost index funds, that amount can snowball massively over 10 or 15 years. Financial education gets way easier once someone realizes wealth is often built more by controlling leaks than chasing giant paychecks. And here's where it gets deeper. Once someone learns to pause before buying things, they start noticing something uncomfortable. Some purchases were never about the item at all. They were about identity, stress relief, social comparison, or trying to feel successful for a few minutes. That realization opens the door to a much bigger shift involving how money gets organized in the first place, and most people make that system way more complicated than it needs to be. Most people fail with budgeting because they make it feel like solving a math equation from another planet. Too many categories, too many apps, too many rules. The Japanese approach simplifies personal finance into 4 clear buckets: essentials, optional spending, culture, and unexpected expenses. That simplicity matters because the brain follows systems that feel manageable, not systems that feel exhausting after 3 days. Essentials cover rent, food, transportation, bills, and survival. Optional spending is entertainment, eating out, subscriptions, or random online shopping. Culture includes books, courses, learning, and experiences that improve long-term thinking. Then there's the unexpected bucket, which quietly protects someone from panic when life punches out of nowhere. It's almost like Rocky training scenes where preparation looks boring daily, but becomes life-saving under pressure. A lot of people think financial education is about making more money fast. But honestly, most financial psychology problems come from not knowing where money is leaking every single week. Someone earning decent income can still stay trapped because small invisible habits eat everything slowly. A forgotten $19 subscription here, daily delivery apps there, random convenience purchases everywhere. Suddenly over $400 disappears monthly without creating real happiness or long-term security. The moment someone sees their spending separated clearly, emotions start changing too. Guilt becomes awareness. Stress becomes strategy. And that's where something powerful begins happening beneath the surface, because numbers alone never tell the full story. The real breakthrough comes when someone starts tracking the emotion attached to every expense, and that next step catches almost everybody off guard. Most budgeting systems fail because they only track numbers, not feelings. But financial psychology shows that money decisions are emotional long before they become logical. That's why one simple question changes everything. Did this actually improve my life? It sounds basic, but that question forces someone to confront whether they're buying value, distraction, status, or just temporary emotional relief after a hard day. Someone might spend $80 at a fancy restaurant and feel genuinely connected with family, relaxed, and happy afterward. Another person spends the same amount stress shopping online at midnight and barely remembers what was ordered 3 days later. Same money, completely different emotional return. It's kinda like The Office when characters chase things to impress others, only to realize the emotional payoff disappears almost instantly once the moment passes. This habit starts rewiring money habits fast because people begin noticing patterns tied to boredom, loneliness, anxiety, or comparison. A lot of people don't actually want more stuff. They want peace, freedom, confidence, or control. And here's the wild part. Studies in behavioral economics show experiences tied to connection and growth often create longer-lasting satisfaction than impulsive material purchases. That's why strong personal finance starts with self-awareness before investment strategies ever enter the picture. Once someone tracks emotional value consistently, spending becomes more intentional naturally. The random leaks shrink without feeling forced or restrictive. And suddenly another problem becomes impossible to ignore. Most people never stop long enough to review their financial behavior honestly in the first place. That next weekly habit might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's usually where real transformation quietly begins. Most people check their bank account the same way students check grades they're scared to see. Quick glance, little anxiety spike, then immediate distraction. But weekly money reflection changes that relationship completely. Sitting down once a week with receipts, notes, and expenses creates a level of financial awareness most people never experience. No fancy automation, no complicated spreadsheets, just brutal honesty mixed with small corrections that compound over time. A person who spends 20 minutes every Sunday reviewing purchases starts catching patterns before they become disasters. Maybe eating out jumped from $80 to $260 in 1 month. Maybe stress spending exploded after work got overwhelming. Maybe subscriptions quietly stacked up like tiny leaks sinking a ship. It's similar to training montages in Creed where small weekly adjustments create massive long-term performance gains that outsiders never notice until the results become impossible to ignore. This habit matters because financial education isn't only about learning how to make money. It's about learning how to face reality without excuses. Research in behavioral finance consistently shows that people who review spending regularly make faster corrections and develop stronger money habits over time. Someone who adjusts a $150 monthly overspending issue early can potentially redirect over $50,000 across decades if invested consistently instead of wasted emotionally. And the deeper someone goes into these weekly reflections, the more they realize something important. Trying to overhaul an entire financial life overnight usually backfires hard. Big dramatic changes sound exciting on social media, but lasting wealth is usually built through tiny consistent upgrades almost nobody talks about. That next shift may sound too simple to matter at first, until someone sees what happens after a full year of small wins stacking together. A lot of people destroy their financial progress by trying to change everything in one weekend. They cut all entertainment, cancel every subscription, stop eating out, and create impossible rules that feel miserable after 5 days. Then the entire system collapses. Real personal finance works differently. One small improvement per week sounds slow, but slow systems are usually the ones that survive long enough to actually change someone's life permanently. 1 week could mean bringing lunch from home twice instead of ordering takeout daily. Another week might mean canceling one unused subscription or setting automatic investments of just $25 every Friday. Tiny changes look insignificant in the moment, but consistency compounds harder than intensity. It's similar to the Karate Kid, where repetitive small actions seem pointless early on, until suddenly the foundation becomes powerful enough to change everything underneath the surface. Behavior experts often say habits shape identity faster than motivation ever can. Someone who improves spending behavior by just 1% weekly creates a completely different financial future over several years. Cutting only $50 weekly and investing it consistently into long-term index funds could grow into hundreds of thousands over time depending on market performance. That's why strong money habits matter more than chasing viral how to make money fast trends that disappear every 6 months online. And here's where things get uncomfortable in the best way possible. Once someone proves they can stay faithful with small money decisions consistently, confidence starts replacing fear. Discipline starts feeling natural instead of forced. That principle has existed way before modern financial education ever showed up, and the final lesson ties money, character, and long-term trust together in a way most people completely underestimate. One of the biggest mistakes people make with money is believing wealth only comes from big opportunities. But throughout history, financial wisdom has usually been connected to stewardship first. The Bible says in Bible, "Whoever is faithful in little is faithful in much." That principle hits differently once someone realizes personal finance is less about luck and more about how consistently they handle small daily decisions nobody else sees. A person who manages $100 carefully often develops better financial psychology than someone constantly wasting thousands trying to look successful online. Someone who respects small responsibilities builds discipline naturally over time. It's kinda like The Dark Knight, where character gets revealed under pressure through repeated choices, not speeches. Money habits work the same way. Quiet repeated actions shape long-term outcomes way more than emotional bursts of motivation ever will. This mindset changes how people approach financial education completely. Saving small amounts stops feeling pointless. Tracking spending stops feeling restrictive. Investing consistently stops feeling too slow. Suddenly, every small action becomes evidence of future stability being built quietly in the background. And ironically, this is where many people finally stop obsessing over appearing rich, because they become focused on actually creating freedom, peace, flexibility, and control over their lives long term. The powerful part is that most people will ignore these simple habits because they don't look flashy enough for social media. But the ones who apply them consistently start noticing something incredible months later: less stress, fewer impulsive purchases, more clarity, and growing confidence around money decisions. And once all these lessons connect together, the entire relationship with money starts shifting in a way that feels surprisingly calm, practical, and life-changing at the same time. You've probably noticed something by now. None of these habits were loud, flashy, or complicated. That's the whole point. Real wealth usually grows quietly while everyone else is distracted chasing shortcuts, trends, and lifestyles they can't actually afford. The people who build lasting financial peace aren't always the ones making the most money. They're the ones mastering small daily decisions before those decisions turn into years of freedom, stability, and control over their future. Now think about this honestly. How much money has already disappeared from emotional spending, stress purchases, subscriptions you barely use, or habits you never stop to question? And more importantly, what could change over the next 12 months if those same dollars started building your future instead of funding temporary dopamine hits? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now so you don't miss finance tips, financial education strategies, and powerful money mindset lessons that can completely transform the way you handle personal finance and build wealth long term. And if you're serious about changing your financial life on a deeper level, there's one more step you shouldn't ignore. The Material Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life was designed to help people create stronger money habits, eliminate destructive financial patterns, build passive income thinking, improve emotional control under financial pressure, and develop a healthier relationship with both money and daily life. It's practical, direct, and built for real people trying to escape financial stress without fake promises or overwhelming systems. The truth is, most people will watch content like this, feel motivated for one night, then fall back into the same cycle by next week. Don't let that be you. Start applying these habits now while the mindset is fresh. Click the link in the pinned comment and take control of your future today. Check out the material in the pinned comment and start building a life where your money finally works for you instead of against you.